Hello, this is Militia at Mia's Bible Talk on YouTube. My preacher gave the best sermon this week at Crossroads in Greenville, Texas, on mercy. I took so many notes that I hope I can share it with you. Let's define mercy. Mercy is pity. It's compassion. It's kind and forgiving. It's forbearance to inflict harm. It's helpless before. The mercy seat is a significant concept found in the Bible, particularly the Old Testament. It refers to the cover of the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred chest that held the tablets of the Ten Commandments, among other items. The mercy seat is described in Exodus 25, verses 17 through 22, where God instructed Moses on how to construct it. It was made of pure gold and was located in the most holy place of the tabernacle, signifying the presence of God. Once a year on the Day of Atonement, the high priest would sprinkle the blood of a sacrificial animal on the mercy seat to atone for the sins of the people of Israel, as detailed in Leviticus 16, verses 14 through 15. In the New Testament, the concept of the mercy seat finds fulfillment in Jesus Christ, whom the Apostle Paul describes as a sacrifice of atonement, Romans 3, verses 25. This signifies that through Jesus' sacrifice, God offers mercy and forgiveness to all who believe in him. The mercy seat, therefore, is a powerful symbol of God's willingness to meet humanity with grace and forgiveness, pointing us toward reconciliation and redemption through faith. The Ark of the Covenant was a sacred chest made of acacia wood, overlaid with gold, and it housed the important artifacts of the Israelite history, including Aaron's rod, a pot of manna, and most importantly, the 2 stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. I will share those with you later. Exodus 25, verses 10 through 22. God gave specific instructions to Moses for building the Ark of the Covenant and the Ark of the Mercy Seat. The mercy seat refers to the Ark of the Covenant, made with gold, where 2 cherubim are on top with their wings outstretched over. This is explained in Exodus 25, where God says, "There above the cover, between the 2 cherubim that are over the Ark of the Covenant law, I will meet you, and I will give you all my commands for the Israelites." The mercy seat is of particular importance because it served as a symbolic throne of God on earth, here on earth. It was considered the place where God's presence would dwell and from where God would commune with Moses and the high priest. The Day of Atonement, as described in Leviticus 16, involved the high priest sprinkling the blood of the sacrifice animal upon the mercy seat to make atonement for the sins of Israel, symbolizing reconciliation between God and his people. Together, the Ark and the mercy seat represent God's covenant, his holy law, his mercy, and his desire to be among his people. They remind us of God's holiness, our need for atonement, and his mercy in offering a path to reconciliation. Jesus is portrayed as both he was portrayed as both a high priest and also the actual sacrifice himself. This imagery suggests that through Jesus' death and resurrection, believers can meet God not just once a year, but continually every day. Jesus has made a permanent way for us to come to God's presence. In the New Testament, Jesus is often seen as the fulfillment of the Old Testament symbols. Hebrews 9, verses 11 through 12 emphasizes this connection. But when Christ came as a high priest of the good things that are now already here, he went through the greater and more perfect tabernacle that is not made with human hands. That is to say, it is not part of this creation. He did not enter by means of the blood of goats and calves, but he entered the most holy place once and for all by his own blood, thus obtaining eternal redemption. You have to freely give mercy in order to receive it. In the Old Testament, God's mercy is a recurring theme, as seen in Psalm 103:8. The Lord is compassionate, he is gracious, he is slow to anger, his love is abounding. God's mercy is part of his covenant relationship with Israel, reflecting his patience and desire for his people to return to him despite their failings. Jesus teaches in the New Testament further amplifies the call to show mercy. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus says, "Blessed are those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy." Matthew 5, verses 7. This beatitude highlights the principle of reciprocal mercy. Showing mercy to others results in receiving mercy from God. The parable of the unmerciful servant in Matthew 18, verses 21 through 35 serves as a powerful illustration of this principle. Jesus tells the story of the servant who, after being forgiven a huge debt by his master, refuses to show the same mercy to a fellow servant who owed him a small amount of money. The parable concludes with the master reinstating the original debt due to the servant's lack of mercy, illustrating that God's mercy toward us should inspire mercy toward others. All of us have sinned, and all of us fall short from the glory of God. James 2:13 also underscores the importance of the mercy in the life of a believer, because judgment without mercy will be shown to anyone who has not been merciful. Mercy triumphs over judgment. To give mercy is to reflect God's character, to act with compassion, forgiveness, recognizing the mercy we have first received. It calls for an attitude of humility and love, extending grace toward others as an expression of the grace we received through Jesus Christ. This not only enriches our relationship, but also aligns us with God's nature and his heart. When we talk about God's mercy, we are talking about sins we know we did intentional and the sins we didn't know we did unintentional. God meets us where there is nothing we can do that he doesn't show mercy for. This is an example of God's mercy and compassionate love for all who believe and follow in him. God's Son, Jesus Christ's sacrifice was enough for all of us. God said he will meet us there at the mercy seat. Our sins, intentional and unintentional. If you haven't discovered who Jesus is, stop in your life now. Read the Bible and follow Christ as well. I guarantee you will feel joy like you've never felt before and a love that surpasses all. I love you all, and I hope you can find me on YouTube at Mia's Bible Talk. Let's look at the Ark of the Covenant. Here we have the Ark, the lid, the mercy seat. We have the 10 Commandments, the law God gave to Moses. We have the rod, Aaron's staff. And we have the pot of manna. The pot of manna. They were all carried inside the Ark of the Covenant by the Israelites. 12 tribes formed around this ark carrying it, and it was in the shape of a cross. Way before Jesus even came. That's foretelling that he's coming. Isn't that amazing? They carried this ark in the shape of a cross. By all the 12 tribes, they aligned carrying it. I just find this so amazing. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day.